This game is like no other. It's one of the best survival games I've ever played. On the surface, it looks like Minecraft. However, it couldn't be more different. Everything is so much more complex, more threatening, but so much more rewarding. The goal is to survive and hopefully make it to the next spring. Winter is incredibly dangerous and food is limited, so you have to prepare. This is the start of our journey. So welcome back. I have done some stuff since the last time we spoke. Look at it. This room has taken a change and I think it looks so much better. I figured I would wait and try to wait out winter. And as you can kind of see, it is still winter. However, it is March 3rd and it's starting to warm up a tiny bit. So we're getting there. But yeah, I went and redid the entire floor. I actually did it like 10 times and had a lot of help from the Discord. And we settled on this. I figured I wasn't going to make you guys sit through 10 different versions of this floor, and I think we did like 3 or 4 already. So that being said, we have a floor, and I think it looks awesome, and I don't think we're going to change it. It is really simple, by the way. The floor is made out of 4 blocks. We got this cool little pattern right here. Then this pattern is its own separate block. Then this is one pattern, just aged polished cobble rock with one singular line of the mud brick on it. And same thing with this side, but going the other direction. And it has a tiny little bit of trim. However, it's kind of hard to see because it basically blends in with the brick. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool and it adds a ton to this room. The last thing that I did was I did the roof and I think it looks pretty great. I also added a little bit of beams. I think it makes the stairs look a lot better. And the entry point up here is all beamed in. Definitely needs some more work. Like right here, I wasn't exactly sure what I should do, but it's pretty simple up here. This is basically a slab that goes up to the roof. I just copied what I did over there by the chest rooms into here with a bunch of beams. And I knew before I even started it that I shouldn't put this on camera because trying to get these beams up was probably the most frustrating thing I've ever done. But I managed to do it. It's not perfect as well, and the beams are off every once in a while. However, I think it's good enough. As long as we don't look too closely at it, I'd say it looks pretty legit. So yeah, that's basically all I've done. It took quite a while, but I'm pretty happy with it. And the reason why I was doing all this was so I could wait for it to get a bit warmer. And you can see some of the snow is starting to melt. And that is going to be big for us today, because I have a plan. We are heading to the south. I've been wanting to do this for such a long time, and we're going to do it today. I'm looking for some ebony. Redwood would be cool. All the southern plants, like bamboo, would be cool. Soybeans apparently can give you dairy, I guess. I just found out that there was pumpkins. Nobody mentioned that there was pumpkins to me. Are they a food source? Are they a light source? I don't know, but we're gonna go figure out today. Well, I hope so anyway. Just because we go down south doesn't mean that I'm finding any. But yeah, we need to go down here, which we have done a decent bit of exploring down here already. We went all the way down here trying to find limestone very early on in the series, and I made it about 14,000 blocks down. But apparently, the stuff that I want might spawn like 20,000 blocks down. However, this doesn't feel like that big of a journey anymore compared to what I've done. So we're gonna be doing that. However, I gotta get some food ready first. So I'm just gonna grab some flour real quick. Yep, whole bunch of rye flour. Oh yeah, right before we leave, I do need to grab some grain. I want to attempt to get some more baby animals this video, and I'm gonna try to pay attention to it. It'd be really cool to get some milk. So we're just gonna feed him real quick. Hey, oh, he can attack me like that. I just want to feed you. Take it all. I need to go around. I'm coming in, don't mind me. Can I feed you? Yep. Get you guys fed as well, cause why not? Get both troughs, and we're good. Now we can go make some food. I don't even know what I'm making. I need to start making some more vegetables. I did harvest all the flax over there. Some of it did die, but we got lots. Yeah, so look at this. This is basically from the last harvest. Then we had a whole bunch before that. So we have a lot to work with. I can see some more windmills popping up in the future. But for now, I think we're just gonna make us a whole bunch of bread. Not the best food, but it'll do. I'm not all that worried. So let's get this all turned into dough. And there we go. 4 stacks of dough. Let's fill it up with firewood. Let's get it lit. And I'm just gonna sit here and make some bread for a little bit. I'm gonna get all this made, which shouldn't take that long with our new stove. So I'll see you guys in a minute. And this is the rest of it. So much bread. By the way, I did add these bread shelves, and you can see the burnt ones are gonna last 1.3 years. Remember, this is basically us being outside right now, because this isn't considered as a room. So because the outside temperature is 37, that means it probably is right here as well. And that practically turns us into a cellar during the winter. However, once it starts to become warm, that won't be the case. But look at this. It's going up 92 days now. That's at 1.4 years. The bread shelves are pretty nice. They are super cheap, and it does say that it makes it last 100% longer. However, there's got to be something going on here, because regular rye bread lasts 14 days, while the charred one lasts 31 days. So I don't see why there's such a difference. So yeah, anyway, we got plenty of food. I'm probably just going to take out the charred bread. That should last us plenty of time, and I'll grab the rest in the morning. But we do need to go to bed. By the way, if you haven't tried out this mod, I highly recommend that you at least get the stone bake oven. That thing is so incredibly nice, and I'm surprised there isn't something like that in vanilla. It makes making a ton of bread like this much less annoying. But anyway, let's head up. I need an official way up here. I also need to connect our balconies to this room. Do you think it's just right here? Ooh, I think we gotta go down. Look, we have time, it's nighttime. Let's get up here, because this was always the plan. Okay, what block do you think is the middle? I can't see it all in my vision at once. I feel like it's gotta be this one. Let's get rid of that, and it's gotta be like right here. We'll break this one as well. And this, and this, and this. There we go. Hey, that's the middle of this, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that works out perfectly. I'll just have to fix it up, make it look real nice. We'll probably have a staircase that goes up into it, but that is super convenient. And if I don't want to have to keep going around into that little hub room, we can just use this staircase and come up this way. And eventually the plan is to add a bunch of stuff up here too. I'm thinking armor sets on top of mannequins. Imagine having it lined like that. That sounds like a plan. But anyway, let's go to sleep. Luckily, we got a nice bed right here. So let's sleep. And we're up. It is 26 degrees out, so definitely not the warmest. However, I've traveled in much worse, so I'm not too worried. Wow, 2.1 years now. Yeah, I didn't expect the shelves to be that good. I'm very interested in coming back and checking these next time it's warm, because I have a feeling that's gonna be much different. But we're just gonna grab 2 stacks, which for some reason burnt bread is 48 for a stack, whereas the normal bread like this was only 32. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. I assume that's one of my mods, and it's a very odd change. But anyway, we're gonna head out. We gotta go this way. Unfortunately, I don't think boats are gonna be very useful here. I'm gonna try to limit myself to not pick up everything. Ooh. So I marked it on the map. This is where we're trying to go. That is 20,000 blocks out. There's a good chance that I'm gonna go farther, but that's a good start. I am going right around this lake, because last time I went left. And I also used a boat and stuff. I am going this way around the lake, because last time we went this way, and I figured, hey, maybe I'll load in some new chunks or something. We can find some ruins, or just other stuff I haven't explored yet. So that being said, I'm just going to keep on going this way. I wish I could use a boat, but I have a feeling that I would freeze if I did. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised that all the water isn't frozen right now, but I have a feeling once it becomes nighttime it will. So I wouldn't expect that to be an option for very much longer anyway. But hey, there's a good chance that by the time that we come back, a lot of this will start to melt. And at least, I'm hoping for our cows to be pregnant and or even have the babies already. That way we can work on getting some milk. If I could make cheese today, that would be so cool. However, I wouldn't even count on it. Hello wolves, don't mind me just walking by. By the way, I've explained this before, and I still get comments about it. Some people don't even think I have an elk. Some people question me why I don't use my elk. And I just want to make it clear that I do in fact have an elk. Hey, I'll take some fat. Yeah, but I do have an elk. I just don't like to use it. I think it's very annoying to travel with. Like, it might be a little bit quicker. However, since I have to fight with it the entire time, try to get it out of holes, trying to find land that might work with it, is just so annoying. Not even to mention the flute, which doesn't even work half the time. And on top of all that, believe it or not, I might be weird, but I do like to just hop around and just walk. I have no issue just walking around on these journeys, and I don't mind it one bit. However, I would like a boat, even though my world is not great for boats, and I will never make that mistake again. But yeah, I just wanted to explain to you guys, just in case you haven't been here for my other rants about the elk. It's all boiled down to just, I don't like it very much. However, if you like it, that's totally cool. It's just not my thing. But anyway, I'm gonna continue to do some traveling. Killing some animals along the way. All the fat is super necessary right now, even though they're not giving me any. We're gonna be going for windmills soon and trying to stuff them on top of our new base. And I'll cut back every once in a while if something interesting happens. But depending on how it goes, you might just see me once we get down to the south. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So I just found something cool. Look at this. It's a grave. I feel kind of bad for this, but I'm about to find out what's in it. A carcass. I guess I should have expected that. A bad sword, a bracelet. I'll take the torches. And the bandages. And a Rotwalker cape. I do believe I have the Rotwalker hood. Where does it go? Right there. Can't see any cape. What if I take off the armor? I mean, I kind of can. That looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, because of the bag and the armor, that's not going to work out too well. And my inventory is already getting full. So it's not like I can take off all my backpacks. So we'll have a look at it when we get home. 10 ore. Dude, have I ever found 10 ore bits before? Well, I'm gonna mark that down just in case. Maybe if I really need some tin one day, we'll come back. But that is super promising. I assume that's part of the mod. The Better Ruins mod. However, maybe that's vanilla? I can't say that with certainty. But in my mind, it's the mod. Oh, hey. What are you doing? You just tried to hit me. I saw that. Not cool. Well, anyway, I'm hoping to find some more Better Ruins stuff. I just found a bunch of lilies here. I do have a mod that lets me pick them up. However, I don't know if the mod affects these right here. It could just be the really big ones. But either way, these are the first time I'm seeing them, or at least noticing them. And I would love to bring them back and fill up our lake with them. I wonder how they do with ice. I assume they get destroyed. But I'll bring some back. I do have a ton of stuff. I keep throwing out food. The reason why I'm keeping this is because it'll turn into rot. No way I'm getting it back to the base before it rots. But some rot would be cool. But I have been throwing out all the vegetables because that's going to take forever to rot. And to be honest, I don't really need it. Yeah, that was just some cattails. More. A book. I don't want the knives. Minecraft still has me wired. Every time I see this in a little sandy biome, I think, mob spawner. But unfortunately, that's not the case. I wish this game had some sort of mob spawner. They could do it so easily too, and make it connect with this world. Imagine if you could make your own rift with like a Jonas machine. That would be insanely nice. But yeah, the entire time I've been doing this, I've been picking up a bunch of seeds, and that's why we have so many right now. I'm only about 1/4 of the way to my marker, and we have so many seeds. By the time I get there, I'm gonna have enough to throw up a bunch of farms, which is something I'm thinking about doing this spring. Just make a massive outside farm and plant down every single seed that I have. See how much we could get with one single harvest. In the very least, get all the seeds. That's one of the reasons why I don't really plant anything else, because I don't have enough seeds to fill up a single one of my greenhouses, and I don't want to plant like half a greenhouse. So if I could get bulk seeds, that would be very cool. And this is one way of doing it. It's already working out so well. We are already on our way to 200 seeds. Can I get 1,000 seeds before we get back home? That is the question. Ooh, I see some ruins. There's also one up there. And if I'm not mistaken, that's a tree. I was mistaken. Also, I feel like that's limestone. Not that I need it anymore, but still cool to see. Ooh, this one's pretty neat. Anything cool? A vessel. A seed vessel. Let's go. No new seeds? Anything at all? A ruin bucket? Nothing here. This looks insanely cool with palisades. And it's got a barricade. We're gonna break it down. I think I can make these palisades. It just requires a blueprint. So if I could find one of those, that would be insanely cool. Another carcass. And a cool bed. Guess there was no reason to go in here. Still very cool. Okay, whatever this is. A quern. I guess it was a windmill at some point. More lore about Jonas. Ceramic roofs. Resin. I'll grab the scroll. Just because I don't plan on reading all the lore doesn't mean I don't want to keep it. More seeds. And I got a cool vessel. That looks very cool. I think that was about it. Ooh, this place looks insanely cool. This could have been a cool little base. Like, I think this is randomly generated, but having this next to this is so cool. It's like a little castle tower. It's getting harder to see though. Oh. A lot of enemies near it. A lot of them. Die. Okay. They just keep coming. Die. Come on. And you. I think there's a spawner in there. I hear a boat horn. Come on. Okay. Can I destroy the spawner? Let's go up. I don't see a spawner. It's gotta be up here. Nothing. A painting? I'll take it. Chest, chest. Gears. Keep going. There's a spawner. Okay, there's one. Get this one as well. It's like a big one. I can hear the locust getting closer. Oh, they found me. Let me up. Let me up. Painting? Anything cool? Amulet. Got a lectern. I can't pick any of this up. That looks so cool. Alright, well this was very cool, and I don't see a reason to stay here. I can't grab it. My inventory's full. Okay, we're out. Now that's the kind of ruins that I want to see around the world. My inventory's so full. Get rid of the feathers, the grains, the spider webs, that. I feel like the lore is in danger. We might not keep it. I can eat the rest of the pie. Remember, the whole plan while we're going down south is to pick up items. My inventory's full. I need to find southern seeds, and I want to grab a whole bunch of tree seeds. On top of that, you guys did say that if I found a redwood forest, I might be able to find a ton of high fertility soil. That would be such a cool added bonus. So we're going to do some searching for that as well. Oh, there's a bear. And another bear. I think I'm avoiding all animals at this point. Inventory's way too full. Ooh. Wait, is that a redwood? Those trees look awfully big, do they not? Oh, that's bear. Okay, bear. Get away from my forest. I guess it was your forest, but not anymore. I'll be taking your fat, sir. Thank you very much. Get rid of your bones. I do need the bones. And this definitely looks like redwood. Yup. Dude, these are massive. I need a seed. Will my axe survive? This is the question. Now I need to figure out how to do one big tree with these, which is why we're gonna grab some seeds. Okay, you cut it down. That's so much wood. Sapling, please. Any at all. Wait, redwood seed. It takes so long. That's like a whole year. Oh my. I'm just gonna cut down another one. Hopefully I can get another seed out of this. And if I can get 2, then we can leave. There we go. I did not get a seed. So let's do another. My inventory will be completely full. So if I hear myself picking up anything at all, then it has to be seeds. Okay. Oh. Okay, 2 seeds. Yeah, that'll do. And you guys did say... Oh, that looks cool. You did say I could find a ton of high fertility soil around here. Wait, is that walnuts? Bald cypress logs. Interesting. I would love to get a seed out of this. However, it seems like it's going to be a bit of a pain. They don't have a lot of leaves. But I'll keep going until we get one. Oh. Okay, I got one. That'll have to do for now. But that is absolutely huge. That means we're definitely getting pretty far out there. We're already up 2 seeds. And I didn't even know that tree existed, to be honest. I knew the redwoods did, but I had no idea about the cypress logs. So hopefully, we'll start seeing new seeds. It's not like we even need that many. Just enough to start up a little farm. And eventually, it'll start snowballing into a lot. Ooh. Ooh. Sunflowers. I know I can make bread with that. That's an amazing find. I think we finally went south enough, and we can start to find some new plants. Now I just gotta keep my eye out. Look for all the new things. And I'll grab the old things as well. Can never have too many turnips. Look, 128 flax seeds. I have multiple stacks back at the base too. We're gonna be able to throw up like 5 windmills every single harvest. Does that work like cattails? Oh, it's for grass. Dude, that is so weird. And I can get roots. So ideally, we could get a grass farm up and going, I guess. I'm not going to grab that now. However, I could see us getting that in the future. What other mysteries can I find here? Also, these trees look very suspicious to me. I don't know why. What are you? Oak. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's continue to go south. By the way, I just passed a giant biome of redwood. And there's a lot of red clay right there. And there's some on that hill over there. But I just saw that, which is what we're going to next. I'm a simple man. If I see tower, I must explore. By the way, I have been walking around these redwood forests, and I've yet to see any high fertility soil. I'm not saying that they don't have a ton, I'm just saying I haven't seen any, and I was told that there would be a ton, but maybe I'm just super unlucky and blind, which that has already been confirmed, so that could be it. Okay, we're here. This looks cool. Looks like a spawner would be here. Oh god, there's a wolf. Get away. There you are. Come here, buddy. Get out. So rude. Seed vessel, let's go. More seeds I've already had. Give me some soybeans. I feel like I have some back at the base anyway, but still. Ooh, rice seeds, I didn't have that. More seeds? More rice. I guess we're getting some rice up. It does look like there's more stuff up here. A food vessel with a bunch of rice. I shall throw that out the window. And, ooh, chest. Another painting. A cooking pot. A forage vessel. I'll take the survival book. It gives me 0.625 XP. Okay, that's kind of stupid. That's like none. Well, this looks explored, and we're just gonna keep on going. And there's another redwood forest. You notice how green it is? Everything else is like dead, but the redwood is actually nice and green. And I'm also thinking that maybe some of the things that I might want, like pumpkins and soybeans, can be found in there. Perhaps it's like a biome exclusive, and it's on the way anyway, so why not? We'll go check it out, and I'll spend a little bit of extra time in it, see if I can find any cool seeds. Okay, something that I did just find. Look at this! Amaranth. Oh, it's a seed! Okay, is that a food? Where did it go? Amaranth grain. I got so lucky. Are all these grains? I would not have picked this up. That is. Holy crap. I only picked it up because I thought it looked cool. And it was like a neon color. How much of that have I passed? Do you think there's some by my base? Well, whoops. But I'm glad I have it now. So we just got a bunch of amaranth, and the seeds are starting to add up. And we'll plant that back at the base as well. And there seems to be way more seeds over here. It's just everywhere I look, there's a bunch more. And we are just stacking seeds right now. That's like more seeds than I have in my base. Okay, perhaps I find something cool while I'm over here. Come on, pumpkins. Okay, small update. I found nothing cool. No pumpkins to report. Forget-me-not. Huh. Interesting flower. By the way, we are getting close to our 20,000 mark. It's not that far away. So perhaps around there we'll find the other trees. However, I have no issue going further. Surprisingly, haven't even burnt through that much food. And I'm addicted to picking up seeds. I want to see how far we can take this. Also, we're looking for bamboo. Don't forget about bamboo. I just found some walnuts. It's a huge tree. And not gonna lie, I could have easily overlooked it. I'm glad I checked. Well, yeah, this is one of the new trees, which hopefully I can make some room for. Come on, seeds. Seeds. Seeds, please. I mean, that looks like a seed. There's a seed. Oh, a couple over here. Oh, a bunch of them. I was just getting super unlucky. Okay, 11. That's another tree down. Just a couple more to go. And we made it! This is the 20,000 mark. There's nothing really special over here. However, it's very green. This reminds me of very old Minecraft. That kind of green. And I only say that in a good way. It'd be so cool to build a base here. But yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna continue on. And hopefully we find something cool. Also, soybeans! Let's go! Okay, screw the meat. I could have just thrown the grain and that. But soybeans! Let's go! I swear I think I have some at the base that I found in some sort of vessel. But either way, it's great to see. Of course, we got all the sunflowers. Plenty of them. And there's a town, which I expect to be dangerous. Every time I find a really cool ruin, it's usually filled with drifters and stuff. I feel like I've been in this one before. Ooh, that's a lot of shingles. I see a chest. A merchant bracelet. A scarf. Ooh, I love these! We can throw that on our face, which is one of these. There we go. Yeah, look at us. That is cool. Yeah, we'll just keep that. We'll leave it on for now. Let's find our way into this one. I'll just break my way in. Oh no. Which block was that? Did I even pick it up? Apparently, I should really not be picking up all the question marks, and it can cause some issues, which I'd rather not happen. What if I break that? Yeah, it's that rubble. Nothing in here, but how about the big building? So let's go in. Nice. I would love a lot of this back at the base. Candles, a book of lore. We need the lore. A tall display case, and I can pick it up. Anybody? Anything? I've definitely been in this one before. A whole bunch of stuff, an elk medallion. Okay, I'll bring that for the elk. Give her the meat. We'll go up a bit more. Well, I do believe this place is explored. So back on our journey. I have a feeling that we should be finding the rest of the stuff very soon. We're finding a lot of the southern plants, which gives me a lot of hope. So I did find something interesting here. A fern tree. And it drops firewood, which, believe me, I never knew existed. And it would be cool to get a lot of them. I don't know if they drop seeds or not. Oh, there's the giant lilies. That's what I was talking about. I don't know if they normally spawn out here, but I have a mod so I can pick them up and I can place them. However, my inventory is so full. I'll get rid of some of the firewood. We'll pick up some giant lilies. Is that what I think it is? No. Papyrus and tall fern. I can pick that up, but it's not a tree. I think you can get this and use it instead of cattails. And what is that? There's so many cool things over here. A kapok. It's just leaves though. I think that's kapok. How did I not notice this? Yep, that sure is. Go ahead and grab this real quick. And that's another tree down. Mature soybeans, nice. We're gonna be doing a lot when we get home. What is that? Nothing important. Yeah, look how big that one is. Later on, we're gonna have to do little journeys down here for like one specific item instead of trying to pick up every single item because my inventory cannot handle it. All right, well, that was a good sign, but I'm gonna continue my search for acacia. So I've gone a bit further and I gotta show you what I found here. There's cactuses. I had no idea. And there's so many. Also, if I do a tiny bit of backtracking, look at this. There's other kinds of cactuses, and they look evil. It reminds me of like corruption from Terraria. I can in fact pick these up. I don't know if I can plant them, but my inventory is so incredibly full. So let me know if I can plant them. I can't pick these up though, which is a bit strange, but whatever. Yeah, I just thought this was so cool and I had to share that with you. I'm sure a lot of you know about them already, but I don't. This game just keeps surprising me. Is that a hyena? Dude, I swear I should have no mods add that. It's a freaking hyena. I'm sorry, what? All right, well, new mob unlocked. There's a bunch of them. I have been picking up a ton of soybeans, by the way. When we go home, we're gonna have a massive farm. We're at 26 right now. And I'd like to see that number get even bigger. Guys, I think this is it. That's an acacia log. We finally found it. How far am I? We are like 35,000 blocks away. I still think that's closer than the devastation, which is kind of sad and funny at the same time. But it's true. And I have 8 seeds now. Now, from what I hear, I should be able to find ebony around here. There it is. That's an ebony tree. It looks so weird, but let's pick it up. There we go. I see a seed. Okay, what can I throw away? You know what? The blacksmith gloves can go. I can always make that again. Ooh, what is this? A termite mound. Is there termites? I swear my mod shouldn't be adding any of this. I mean, maybe primitive survival. I didn't quite consider that. Oh, look, you can see them all. Can you pick them up? Hold on. Throw that for just a second. I can? You can eat them? It doesn't say it's a part of a mod. You can turn them into chicken feed. Now I can live with that nightmare. I'll have to do a series where I live down south. Really explore some of the new stuff. It feels like a whole different game over here. With the papyrus and all the different kinds of foods and animals. Different trees. It feels so green. There's a whole bunch of ebony over here. I'm right next to my old ebony tree. You can see all the logs. Well, let's try to get more seeds. Let's get the rest real quick. I think the plan with this is to use it for beams. Yeah, maybe we'll use some here and there for other stuff. Looks like we got 9. Any more? I do not believe so. Got some more flax. So many seeds. This is ridiculous. Let's get all the seeds together. There we go. There's all my seeds. Even has a bunch of the tree seeds. Okay, so I looked it up because I was curious, and apparently you can't just find pumpkins out and about, and we would need to find them in vessels. Oh my, that even looks cooler. I wish I could grow these. Oh, and it's got blue ones. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm first gonna head over to the ruin over there because I can see it. Then we're gonna go a little bit that way, and then we're gonna loop back to the base. Try to find some... Oh, I see bamboo! Yeah, we're gonna try to find our way back to the base on a different path. That way we can hit up some more ruins. You know what? The hide is gonna spoil, so we're just gonna throw that on the ground. And we'll grab some bamboo. Is there like a seed? Let me guess, I just plant it and it keeps growing. Am I crazy? Wait, that looks like some seeds. Get rid of the bamboo. Bamboo shoots. I'll just grab a bunch of these and hopefully that'll do it. Wait, is that a seed? Wait, a sapling. They do have seeds. I gotta get rid of some of this. I'm so glad that I noticed that. Almost walked away without any seeds. Okay, 16 should do. That'll be a good start. Now we're gonna head over to that ruin. Yeah, our goal right now is to hit up a bunch of loot vessels and hopefully we get lucky. I think they're one of the ones that you can only find in the vessels. And the vessels have to be in this kind of climate. So while we're here, it's worth it to try to break some vessels. Even more ebony. My axe is already almost broken. Dang, this looks cool. And there's like a little town out here. And a little desert town. So many deer. Hello! That's a cool gate. I like that. Nothing? Any vessels? Yeah, this is such a cool house. This is what I need to start doing for like a starter house. Oh, that poor guy. Maybe I shouldn't if that's what happened to the previous owner. That's all I'm saying. Okay, a vessel. A food vessel. Yeah, don't really care about any of that. I only care for seed vessels, really. It feels like such a shame to leave all this loot, but sometimes you just gotta. Look at that furnace. Like, can I pick that up? Yeah, I can. I don't think that's usable, though. Dang, I would have loved to grab that. Wait, is there loot up here? Nope. Like, that would have been super cool to bring home. I'm gonna have to make one of those for my base. Well, we got a bunch more ruins over here. I'm running through a field of hyena. That's how confident I am. Surely this has a vessel. Or like 10. Aw, miner cape. Dude, well, I want that. What do I get rid of? I guess the vessel is going. That's sad. Oh, there's another one. There we go. More lore. I can't take it. I just can't. I'm sorry. And to those of you that say, hey, why didn't you put the vessel on my back? One, because I'm 35,000 blocks out and don't want that on my back. I don't want to have to walk with that on my back. It's so slow. And two, my backpacks can hold more. So there simply is no reason for it. But I'm preemptively replying to your comment, okay? I already know there's probably like 3 of them. Wow, how do you get up here? Well, I can tell you how. There we go. I guess we could have dug it out, huh? Nothing at all. These ruins have been very cool, however have nothing of value, which is sad but understandable. Alright, well, didn't find anything there, but I think I can already see vessels on this. I can sense it. There's something good in there. A food vessel, and a foraging vessel, a chest. Oh, some cool boots, another dagger, an iron door. Okay, well, I will be taking that. I guess the lilies. They gotta go. Man, I need to make some bookshelves. And that's cheap. Very nice. Okay, nothing really that good here. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hop around this way. Oh, look at the lightning. I can see I'm walking into a storm. But yeah, I'm going this way. I'm gonna be hitting up every single ruin along the way. We're just looking for seed vessels. What are you? Oh, okay, never mind. It's just a goat. So yeah, unless I find something cool, I might just meet you guys back at the base. So see you guys in a bit. Ooh, a seed vessel. We just got 3 pumpkin seeds. Let's go. Okay, there's also an ore vessel. Cool, but don't care. Well, I think I have most of the seeds of the game now. I'm sure I'm missing some, but holy crap. If I can make it home alive, we are so set. So here I was on my way back, and I noticed this. I have my little zoom thing so I could see that in the middle, and I figured I'd check it out with you guys. This looks crazy. It's a ruined cache. It just seems like another item that we can pick up. However, there is storage. Yay, more lore. What about this? Nothing. Ah, the sword. Ooh. Yeah, I would take that over the lore any day. And that seems like it was it. I thought I was stumbling on something much cooler. Even though that is pretty cool, don't get me wrong. Just not what I expected. Hey, so welcome back. I found some cool stuff. There's a ton of cool armor here. And I did find this helmet, which I'm gonna be wearing. I'm gonna throw out some more paper. Rip to more lore. Because I found this. Gatekeeper's Blueprint. This allows me to make some really cool things. Like all the sleek doors. Some ruined stuff. But the giant gates that were at the archives. Including a cool door. And holy crap, that was such a good find. Oh man, I just found another big one. Yep, I expected somebody to be here. Oh, yeah, that's what I expected to be here. Is there anything cool? Let's do this quickly. Just keep going. I see so many over there. Chest? Torch holder? That's fine, nothing. Hey, Drifter. Don't mind me. Chest. Oh, forlorn Greaves. Lore's gone. Let's get out of here. I don't feel like dying. Oh, another chest. Ooh, tons of wallpaper, a Jonas part. Okay, lore's gone. I really want the lore for collecting. However, I'm not too sad about leaving it. I'm sure we'll find it again. Like, I had a paper. I was gonna show it, but I realized I ditched it. I have found that paper like 5 times now. I'm sure we'll find a lot of this again. I think the plan is to go look for a bunch of ruins soon. Even more than today. But, of course, not pick up a million seeds along the way. Today we were on a mission though, and apparently there's some ruined dungeons that we need to go do, which we'll definitely be doing, but we'll get to that sometime later. I can see it. We're back, and we still have ice. It is 46 degrees here, which is not too bad. And I say if we give it about a week here with these chunks loaded in, the ice should all go away. So here's my entire haul. We have a massive amount, and we even got some cool eggs. I don't think we're gonna be using it, but it's really cool to hold on to. Also, one of the things I did find that I want to see is this helmet. It looks pretty cool. How about the hood? That gets replaced with the cape. Take that off. Oh, that's pretty cool. The fur coat's making it look pretty dumb, but I could see it looking cool. So yeah, we found some more drip, and we'll take a closer look at that in a little bit. But first, I gotta ditch all this. I would put it in my seed box down there, but it's basically almost full. Luckily, we have plenty of extra storage over here, and we'll use it for now. However, I think I am gonna add some sort of seed storage over there by the farms. It's not like it needs to be in a cellar anyway, so no reason not to. Wait, don't I have a seed storage in here already? Let's go check. I do! Okay, perfect. We can throw it all into there. Oh yeah, that is huge. I can't believe most of that is just from today. Real quick, we are gonna take the tree seeds and the bamboo, I guess, and we're gonna go plant them somewhere. The sooner that we have that going, the better. We can use some shears on it, try to get a bunch of seeds. Then we can turn them into a big tree and mass produce it. Over here will do for now. I want to leave most of this empty for now, because I think I'm going to be cutting all this down, moving all the cattail, and then we're going to throw up some more greenhouses. So I don't want to plant anything near this. So over here in the corner shall do. Like right here, this should be fine. So let's get these down. I want to make sure to get all the leaves, so I'm not going to plant them close to each other. This is the walnuts, which I think could be very cool for builds. Then we'll do the redwood, the massive trees. Get them pretty far away from each other. Then the ebony trees. That's the big one. It's pretty much the entire reason why we went out today. Then the cypress, which I only have one of. Probably should have grabbed more. The bamboo, I assume I can just plant it anywhere? Yeah. You know what? Right here is fine. Got some kapok. Get a couple of these down. And I brought back a bunch of olive tree cuttings, which we'll go plant back here. Okay. I think that was most of it. So now we can get the rest of this gone, which I did get another iron door, which makes me want to throw another one of those ovens up, which I think I have most of the blocks ready. And the iron door is the only thing that I didn't have on hand. So we could throw another one up and then do two at once, which is what we're probably going to do at the end of today. Oh yeah, I forgot we got a carcass. Where should this go? Oh, I know. We're going to throw it into Cody's house. Right here should be fine. I'm going to be calling this Cody from now on. So if you hear me say that name, just know I'm talking to him. You know what will be nice? I feel like Cody should have some paintings while he's here. He'll have some art, okay? We got one that he gets to look at, which is like a hunter, I guess, in the forest. We'll get some nice trees over here. That one is super cool. Apparently that's a castle. I can kind of get that, but that's not what I would have guessed. And there goes all my paintings. We also got a really nice display case. Can I make those? I would need another blueprint. Another reason to go find a bunch of ruins. I'm gonna put it right here. Wonder if it blocks up the light. Oh, that seems off. Is it always off, or is it because of how I placed it? Place. Okay, it's always gonna be off. For now, we're gonna leave this. And I know exactly what we're gonna put into it. Okay. We got a crown. We're gonna put it in. I don't know if for some reason I thought it was just gonna be one item and not four. For now, we just got a crown in there. And I'm gonna go and move all the rest of this into the base. Then we'll figure out where we go from there. Okay, so what I decided to do is we're gonna be removing all these trees. Maybe a couple here in the back. Push it back ever so slightly. Then we're gonna make a couple more of these. 2 more this way. That might cause a problem with some of the stuff we planted. I definitely think we'll have to remove some of these and just move them back ever so slightly. But imagine 2 more this way, then 3 more on the back side. So we'd be adding like 5. Maybe we'll add more? I'm not entirely sure. The way that I set up these greenhouses is that there's 4 of these big crops. Then we have 4 of these small ones. That way we can do a crop rotation in each one of these. And since we have 2, we can do 2 crop rotations. And it would be cool to have a bunch more. Imagine if we could have every single seed on a rotation. Then maybe we double a couple. That seems like a lot. But it's something that we're gonna try. But first, I gotta get rid of some of these trees. Make some room. And we'll get some extra logs. On top of that, I gotta move all this, which is gonna be such a pain. Cattails take forever to pick up, and there's so many. That's gonna take an entire day on its own probably. But we gotta do what we gotta do. So anyway, I'm gonna get started, and I'll see you guys in a bit. And I'm back! You know, I forgot I was wearing this mask, and it looks awfully creepy in the nighttime. Hold on. This is what it looks like without all my other stuff. I'm glad you can still see the awesome hair. Then we have the hood, which I think goes pretty well with it. However, that's not the point right now, and I probably will be ditching the mask very soon. But I did it. I removed all the trees that you can't see right now. It is very dark, and I picked up all the cattails. It's actually less cattails than I thought. However, an insane amount of roots, which we'll find a place to replant them. I think the idea is today, I'm gonna make our own separate greenhouse just for the cattails. I've been wanting to do that forever, and I don't see a reason why we can't do that today. However, we gotta go to sleep. So let's do that now. And we're up. So what I think I wanna do is I wanna add a greenhouse here, right there, and not to mention here. I figured I wasn't gonna make you, oh god. Anyway, I figured I wasn't gonna make you sit through 5 more of these, and I thought I was gonna make more anyway, but we ended up with 5 more, I think, right? Hold on, let's try to do this parkour. Okay, did not work. So, we have 1, 2, then 3 this way. So yeah, 5 was right. I even added a little path around, tried to make it look nice. We have so much more room to work with. I think the plan here is these 2 right here, which you can see I tilled and everything, is gonna be for more crop cycles. Then we have these 3 over here, which I think one's gonna be for berries, cattails, and bees, which doesn't leave me room for more fruit trees. So what I think we're gonna do is eventually we're gonna add even more. I think the plan is we're gonna add these 3 right here, and we're gonna push it that way, and we're gonna have to remove a bit of this, or most of it to be honest, and we'll be able to move it over there. I see no reason not to anyway. Plus, I want a way bigger charcoal pit, which I really do need to make more of. Is there charcoal in here? No. But yeah, I want the biggest charcoal pit that we could possibly make. On top of that, in our Xskills, I do have charcoal burner 3, so I receive 40% more charcoal from piles. I would love to try to make the biggest charcoal pit possible and dig it up and see how much we can get. Maybe we'll set a record for the most charcoal extracted from one pit. I'm sure somebody else has done that though. But yeah. Now we gotta fill this up. I need to figure out 4 different crop cycles. I think I'm gonna just place a chest in front of each one with the seeds that are required. Eventually, I want to make a little storage center. I think what I would end up doing is removing this one right here. And of course, we're gonna add like 3 more right here. But this area right here would be cool for a little center that would store all of our seeds and stuff. I think that would be great. But for now, I'm gonna go look at my seeds and see what we can plant. We gotta fill up all of these, and I think my nutrient levels are all back from when I planted all the flax. However, it's not very cold anymore, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. I think I have an idea to how to remove the greenhouse status, because one of the main issues that I have is all the beaming and stuff like that. If I poke a hole in this glass right here, there's a good chance it could break a beam, although I feel like this one right here wouldn't have that issue. Oh, get that back on. What I think I can do, without having to break down the rest of the house, is I can just remove these 2 doors, and this shouldn't count as a room anymore. I think that should work. I see no reason why it wouldn't, and once it becomes winter, we can just replace the doors. So anyway, give me a minute. I'm gonna go look at my seeds, or basically just grab all of them, trying to make some sort of crop rotation. We need 4 of them, and I'm trying to get the bulk of the seeds down all at once, so we'll see what we can do. Okay, I think I have all the seeds ready. I think that's all that we should need. I planned out the crop rotations, and I basically know what we need. So let's see how it works out. Is that snow? Why is there snow down there? That's so weird. Okay, I actually got to get rid of all this. So hold on. Let's clean them up first. The axe really does make this easy. So let's try to get this right. The first thing that we want is going to be flax. And I'm going to be doing the same crop rotations in these mini ones. So there's an extra 4. Then we're gonna do onions, and again in here. Then we're doing sunflowers, which we'll start in here, and we'll have 1 crop in here. Okay, perfect. We're gonna leave this one empty, and that one right there. Now we gotta go up to our next one. Gotta clean it up. There we go. This one will have soybeans instead of flax. I can't wait to get a bunch of these. Apparently I was wrong, and I can't be getting dairy from them, but I can get protein. So with these, ideally, I shouldn't even have to hunt. Now I need some parsnip, so let's get those down. And we're gonna do some turnips. So just get those down, and this crop. Okay, another greenhouse down to the next. So first one is rice, then onion, and we're doing amaranth. I bet you it's gonna look so good in here. I'll have to check it at nighttime. Now we just gotta clean up this one and finish it. This one needs some carrots, and parsnips, and rye. Alright, so now our farming greenhouses are completely done. And now I gotta work on these. I think we're gonna start off easy. Let me clean it up real quick. And we're just gonna place all the cattails in this one. And we'll never have another cattail problem again. And there we go. We officially have an entire greenhouse full of these. I expect it's going to be very hard to walk in here and or see once all these are grown. But that's a later issue. Now I need to worry about berry bushes. I'm thinking about just stealing all these. However, I use a lot of them just for looks. What I think I'm going to do is keep one on the outline of the building, but we're going to get rid of the rest of these. So let's do that now. Oh man, I love the axe. It makes it go so much quicker. Don't worry, we're picking up all the berries. I'll be throwing it into a rock container, or maybe we'll find something to do with them. We shall see. Okay, let's pick them up. I only want the single tall bushes into here, so we're probably gonna have to go out and get a whole bunch soon. But not today. I've done enough exploring today. That's all of them. I only got one section done, but hey, that should be berries during the winter. Then we're gonna have to look into getting bees in here. And we do have the golden combs mod, which I do need to figure out. It should add a ton of different things. Like we have a ceramic hive, which we can get populated. And we throw a honey pot on top, which will fill up over time. And we can collect from without breaking the skep. That way we don't have to burn through all the cattail. But we also got these, which I have no idea how these work, but I think they're slightly better, perhaps. So I'll definitely look into them. But for now, I think we're gonna work with the ceramic hives. They're pretty simple. I know how they work. And they're a decent bit better than the regular skeps. But that means we need to do some pottery. So I'm gonna get to work. The plan is to make a ton of these raw ceramic hives and an equal amount of ceramic honey pots, which this is gonna take a while, so I'll be back in a minute. And there we go. So I made a whole bunch. I think we'll need many more. However, that's as much pottery as I want to do today. Which, to be fair, is probably a good reason to learn how to make the other ones. We're gonna be throwing it into here. And I do want to share something that I've learned with you guys. Look at this. I'm gonna place some gratings all around like that. And there we go. Now we can place much more onto here. It's kind of difficult to get them up there, but hey, as long as it works, that's all that matters. And there we go. There's one kiln. Then we'll fill up the other kiln. Unfortunately, I don't have any more grating, so this will do. And we have a couple more that we'll just throw into a regular pit kiln. Let's get the first one lit and the second one. There we go. Is everything closed? Just gotta double check. Seems like we're good. Now we'll just get the rest thrown into one of those. Easy as can be. Hey, I do need some grass. Luckily my farms are growing plenty right now. Not exactly what they were intended for, but it works. Get it placed. Then sticks and firewood. Get them all lit. Perfect. So I basically just gotta wait for the pit kilns. So what I'm gonna do until then is I'm just gonna go make some more bread. Wait, is my fruit done? Ripen about 4.7 days. 2.8 days. Yeah, we gotta wait. I was thinking about making some fruit pies. Oh yeah, how's the animals? I forgot about them. That seems like a normal amount of cows. And pigs. Hello, not Dave. Nice to see you, buddy. Okay, how you guys doing? Oh, is pregnant. Okay, well, one of them is pregnant. You're ready to mate. I assume one of them is pregnant. I wish I knew how long it would take. But hey, we gotta revisit here, and I gotta actually remember. But if I manage to come back in time, there's a good chance that we'll get some milk. But anyway, I'm gonna cook some bread, get some food ready for me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we're ready to throw up the bee farm. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, good morning everybody. I have food, plenty of it stored away, and I'm no longer starving. That's all we can ask for. Hold on, we gotta go check on the cows. Any babies? I don't see any from here. We gotta wait a bit longer. Have a pick in here. It's still going. 3 hours. These should be done though, right? They are done. I think I break them. Oh, that wasn't ideal. I was trying to break the hive. I think I can. Hold on. Hold on. It's working. I think. There we go. Okay, we gotta break in. Give me everything. Oh yeah, I forgot I need a backpack spot. That makes a lot of sense. So we're gonna remove one. Now can I pick you up? I sure can. We can scroll over. It's all good. Can I pick that up? Yes. So the way I think it works is you don't place the wrong one. You place the hive, and there's nothing special about it yet. We make some skips, and I believe we just go up and right click it. Nope. Control click. Nope. Shift click? Nope. Oh, okay. It needs to be a populated skep. So we can't just throw any sort of skep into it. I do have a couple over there. And now I can control click. Hey, it worked. And now that's a permanent skep. We no longer have to break it. The way that we do this is we place a honey pot on top like that. And eventually that'll fill up. And then we can pick it back up. We place it back down, and we can just harvest the combs right out of it. And we'll never have to worry about making new skeps ever again. However, that being said, as it turns out, I need a bunch of skeps to be full. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold off from placing all those. And in the meantime, I guess I can make more. But I got to make a bunch of skeps and then place them down here and let them fill up. So there's another 27. That'll get me a bunch of them. So let's get them down. My goal here is to completely replace all this with that kind of hive. Then get our own little bee farm in that greenhouse, entirely using the ceramic one, and it'll be painless to collect all these from now on. That's the goal. But yeah, we just gotta wait for all these to populate now. Luckily, it's not like I'm trying to harvest them, so we don't have to wait for them to get honey. We just need them to be populated. That shouldn't take too long at all. So that being said, guys, we got plenty to do for the next video. We'll get the skeps up. Hopefully I can work on some of the new foods. And we need to start working on the main base again. I hope by next episode we can finally get the blacksmithy up. But we'll see about that. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining. And I'll see you next time.